Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast from one of my games on Battle.net. This is me as the red Terran player spawning over here on the top right hand side of Blistering Sands. Meanwhile, my opponent spawning over here on the bottom left hand side of Blistering Sands as the blue Zerg player. This is going to be a pretty exciting, pretty interesting tactical matchup, I hope. I just played this game, so the game was pretty fresh in my mind. Really enjoyed playing with it. And I really want to see what exactly KawaiiZerg did as well to make this game go. I believe this may be a 2 or 3 part replay, so I'm gonna get to the end and we're gonna be battling it out for quite some time. We have an overlord now coming in from KawaiiZerg moving with that overlord in order to do some scouting. Meanwhile, here I am building here up my front door right now with this red SCV, so pretty much a standard opening from both players. A lot of the gameplay against Zerg on this particular map is very interesting because the map is so large. I've seen a lot of Zerg players try to use overlords and generate creep all across the map. Generating creep across the map allows Zerg players to move their army much more quickly. There's nothing scarier than Hydralists who are able to chase down units really quickly and shoot fast and just run around the map with that amazing 6 range and also that amazing 12 base damage. So that's always one thing to be on the lookout for. Here I am now scouting with this SCV coming out across the map, gonna be coming up around that front side. And as always against a Zerg player, you want to check if there is a fast expansion or a 12 hatchery, a 13 hatchery, because if there is, then you really need to start either massing units or get an expansion of your own. Right now I suggest massing your own units, because at this point the Zerg production with that queen is just so strong. There's not much you can do. Spawning pool already down, so I know in fact that he is going for just a basic spawning pool build, not trying to go for any early hatchery. So I am a little bit relieved by this. Now we see KawaiiZerg sitting on an amazing 15 drones compared to my 12 drones, and that's before even a queen has been produced and before inject larva. Queen now being produced as well, and also getting some Zerglings. So Zergling's going to be used to chase down my units, trying to figure out what exactly the build's going to be, trying to figure out what KawaiiZerg really wants to do, and now here comes those Zerglings coming to try to chase me down. I'm going to be forced to move away. Does this drone build a hatchery? Oh my goodness. Okay, I did not know that KawaiiZerg in fact did build a hatchery, so that would explain why things didn't work out for me as well as I thought in the early game. KawaiiZerg now getting that queen popping out in just a moment. There it is, gonna quickly inject larva or spawn larva, and now there's 4 larvae now being hatched from that single hatchery. That hatchery is going to be able to produce 7 units in just a moment. Zergling's trying to chase down this SCV. SCV now pulling back, have a single marine and some marauders as well. Able to get that Zergling down to 9-10 hit points, and now not really able to do anything else. If I realized that he was in fact getting that hatchery, I would have noticed that and known that he doesn't have as many Zerglings. Maybe perhaps try to push out with some Reapers, and those Reapers dealing that extra damage would have been able to cement me that game right now. At this point, I was thinking that he was trying to go for a roach warren, and he does in fact go for roaches. So he's going for that early hatchery with a roach build, and I think that was just a bad play on my part, not scanning. Here we have Zerglings trying to attack these destructible rocks over here. Destructible rocks taking only 2 damage a swipe per Zergling, so those rocks will be there for quite some time as those Zerglings are trying to take it down. Here we have also barracks now with a reactor core in order to try to mass more marines, and massing marines very important. I still have not moved any. I have no supply down here, no supply depot, so I do not know that there is in fact a destructible rocks. And taking a look at KawaiiZerg sitting at 28 over 28 food. Meanwhile, I'm sitting at 27 over 35, so he is in fact starting to outmass me. Getting this engineering bay. The engineering bay is important for turrets and for that sensor tower. That sensor tower is absolutely critical to use against a Zerg player. You really want to have that sensor tower. It gives additional sight. You don't have to put your supply depots all around the map, and with that center tower, you can keep track of any Nidus canals perhaps, or Nidus rooms coming in. Destructible rocks down to 130, 120 hit points, down to 90, 80, 74, and then these Zerglings are going to be able to run in if they decide choose to, but they're just going to go ahead and sit up this ramp right here and not push in at this point. I have a couple Hellions and a couple Marauders, so these Hellions and Marauders should be able to counter this very nicely. KawaiiZerg doesn't want to overcommit himself right now, doesn't want to lose any units, and Zergling is currently sitting there, getting this sensor tower. So this sensor tower going up and going to give me an additional, radar in terms of being able to figure out where some Zerglings are. And as soon as that sensor tower is up, I'm going to go ahead and turn off this, and as soon as the sensor tower is up, you're going to quickly see on that radar that there's a whole flock of Zerglings right there, and in comes those Zerglings. So going back to everyone's point of view, those Zerglings trying to come into this main base, trying to deal damage, trying to take down some of these, trying to take down my engineering bay, but this is not going to look good for these Zerglings as a couple of them get toasted. So 2 toasted Zerglings already, and now trying to toast that last Zergling. That last Zergling will in fact be able to escape. So he's able to push back, and now he has that adrenal, that speed boost on those lings right now. This hatchery now starting to get up and running with currently 7, drones. And now 16 drones over here at the main hatchery, so that 1 queen for each location. Now roaches coming in, so roaches trying to do a little bit of a hit and attack right here, trying to perhaps focus down some of these units, trying to pull back the units and then push away, pull back, push away. Have a couple marauders trying to focus down roaches, and just trying to focus down roaches. 1 roach goes down and pulling back away, pulling away, trying to fight roaches, pulling away once again, and then turn around and fire, pulling away, firing once again, pulling, and then pulling away again, and then going to go ahead and try to chase down again, but those roaches are going to be able to scurry back away. So my 4 roaches against my 4 marauders against those roaches, and it's not going to be enough. And right now, KawaiiZerg starting at 37 over 44 food. I'm sitting at 38 over 59. I have that sensor tower. I have a couple marines, and in fact, I'm now getting a siege tank in order to try to pump out more units. I have an extra reactor here, and I'm going to use that for medevac. And in that positioning, and now moving out with some Hellions and some Marauders. Perhaps I can try to push in on this front door, and here we have the KawaiiZerg now spawning that creep in order to have those roaches be able to engage me even faster. And I realize that I cannot really take this position. Perhaps I should have tried to go double reactors, double barracks with double Marauders. As soon as I saw that he was in fact going Hellions, going roaches. Those roaches with 145 hit points and 2 armor, and also moving normal speed on this creep that makes them just so dangerous right now. Those Zerglings moving extra fast as they already have that speed upgrade. Now going to get a bunker in this position. So trying to get a bunker into this position right here, and perhaps I will be able to use this bunker to try to take down more of these units. Also, I will later be getting upgrades on upgrade the building armor and upgrade my infantry armor. Here we have more of attacking in the center right now. Hellions coming in, Marauders coming in. Those roaches really don't stand a chance right here. Able to focus down a couple of them, but do not really want to chase. I think I could have perhaps broken this front door. He only has 6 roaches against my army of 7 Marauders, a couple of Hellions and Marines, but I don't have any medevacs yet, and I think that's really what I was waiting for a single medevac or 2 in order to really just be able to push into this position. And here's that medevac, and I think I just wasn't gutsy enough, as there are now Zerglings and roaches and queens moving into this position. I think I could have just pushed in. Right now, I have 58 over 59, and he's sitting on 48 over 52. Getting a turret in here as well in order to make sure that there is no perhaps burrowing roaches trying to get out, and taking down a creep tumor. I can probably destroy another creep tumor and try to take this out right now. And the Hellions in position, and now getting that single siege tank. Siege tank going to be trying to push into this position and trying to take down this spine crawler. Perhaps I should have moved in a little bit more, moved in the bunker as well. Siege tank should be finishing in just a moment. Yes, siege tank just finished, and now I'm going to go ahead and use this siege tank and bring it into siege mode and try to just supply lock and just force KawaiiZerg back into his base. But KawaiiZerg, realizing that he is going to get surrounded, decides to try to destroy his own destructible rocks and try to push in as well. But here I am pushing in over here. I am scanning in, trying to take down these Zerg creeps, trying to take down that last Spine Crawler. Spine Crawler now taken down, and now I'm going to move in, but now he finally gets some Hydralisk into that play, trying to pull back my units, able to heal back up a little bit more, and now continue to push. I need to move more Siege Tank, get more Siege Tank, taking down some Overlords right now, so he's now sitting at 59 over 92, and a very large army of Hydralisk sitting back over here, and Siege Tank now moving in. I don't know why these creep trimmers why I'm not attacking these creep trimmers naturally. Stay tuned for part 2 and the conclusion of this replay between myself and KawaiiZerg here on Blistering Sands.